Today is April the 6th, this Tuesday in the week 2021, and I got in the range 18 past 24 to 25 kilometers or what receipt really came from, what we know on the judgments on the chest that we received. Alright, yes, exactly one requestment by ZAHAV and Your Majesties of ZAHAV with justice bodies, with your honors, over what with international courts and justice bodies we've been working so long until for the right person of we person. We're expected they have one instant to just making this moment through, just making this to share. And between the whole of the situations around and whatever much situations, the thing is, how will this unfound and how will this we can do still? It's too much agony and it's way trouble for the problems made through us training and through us the whole malicious attempting which we can suffer nowadays from the homeland have been passing exactly what we intended to destroy me, to destroy us, and to what like a best ever absence of senses around what it will be a vacuous or vacuous is the right word. Not for a medium which the previous is English as well, but the word that I need to say is vacuous. For this missing upright, the crisis living between lines have been on a very weird, the bus players, sorry. The just none ever found one normal as judgment over class of organizations, this class of understood, hard through making disasters and causing damages and really serious ones, and over what as damages will ever involve and being just cause of a lot of other situations which still attempts my life and attempts everybody's lives. And between the whole of the chances and the choices, what this will ever change our days, and changing what this doesn't have to happen. And then, are the problems not the consequences and situations through and about? It's exactly that doesn't give or provides nothing better but just feeling the problems and the situations. And with this class and this natures, it's nothing to feel real, except if there will be any consequence from what lies does. A very real problem, and also for what it is the complexity of natures. But farther as any other, the highest ever consequence and problems are that ain't not for a very moment to consider what the non-reason. And the focus for this is exactly that certain degree of situations and events cannot having space or possibilities for nothing, and neither to consider what the trouble is about as much what possibilities to deliver at the day of what it means death to life, dying for, and life is death, over what the real existential part, not for significances, which involves not for a normal reality as much the integrity, values, the whole remake, treasures, worthless, life, you and I, everybody. And between the whole of the references and choices with this is that ain't nothing to feel except for what it is exactly aligned, which understanding that as far as, because of there is none hidden nothing to a terrorist, a real one like that. The case that United Evangelicals, Argentinian Army, Argentinian Armed, Argentinian Forces, Argentinian government, that is not a always were victims of that and won't change. And the realities are that no one can misappropriate also the rights of the person and its identities and the living days of them, of the earth. For wording what a man or woman, for wording what a family, for wording what a human being. To have to deal and suffer consequences between what the misproper and misappropriation, what the missing and what the never cared for being missed over others' decisions instead what as self-rights for working self-life. And between the whole of the choices and the references over the problems, there are things that cannot be agreed. But the problem is that we deal other natures and with exactly some things on the rare for existence and how a conscious to sustain once the judgment is just missing between what it means exactly existence and reality in life after just event. So what the clear fact of this is exactly that so often it comes around too much situations and the situations doesn't support. But the dealing will be to making sense as much what it is exactly a reason. Not to sustain, just to being aligned to work. Okay, I'm working. Ain't the importance, but what they do as dangerous, as emergencies they got. Ain't them the important, except for who they presumes to be, over making what they does and the disasters that they does. Ain't important what the reference of what they to demand, or they can demand, or whatever they can strike or say, or whatever they can want, or whatever they can make exigence and forcing or trying to force to happen or to be given or to be done, except for what they intending that they expresses every day over the whole that they does and proceeds every day for the making of massacring people's innocents and victims in the name of a supposed faith in a science and a supposed rights and ethnics and cultures and supposed offenses and the whole of the sick, plagueless, delusional character of them best ever, cleaver, predator sickness cycles that take us anything on the best purpose and aligned for them, workers of values, careers, measures, and earnings for us masons, everyone is, and sick cycles and criminals, dangerous ones. Over that purpose, on that clear fact, that's what is that purpose, the word, who will suffer the consequences of what that all, which is what matters, and how to deal that at the reference of treating nothing that don't ever be possible to happen, and to not ever keeping the possibility for no line they cross, and how to avoid they to also break the possibilities for us walls to respect. Then between those fallen situations, we are discussing the reference and the relevance or other problems which I am still going through and they tear inside here today somewhere right now. But I still continue working and this still will continue to be on the right to do and aligned for what it is exactly the right that they think that they supreme, that they will supremize themselves above the whole of the natures and to the making commitments or the sickness. Thinking that we will be product of them gondolas or them memberships and net labelers invited for the making business and for the providing whatever they can from me or from us. And toward the realities and toward the essentials as much of this is on the meaning as much what it is. I am going to charge in it. And the same we are going to find realities. For what like as what if, the references to word, what it can be exactly a moment to heal, to be with the alignment toward this reference, they are not important. But matters to me now, what they thirst to do to others and to me, and with what they thirst to doing to my person, what they does to others, the way all is done. In the name of a faith, in the name of a principles and a word and values that they define like the supreme, like they says, and nobody else is having. And between the whole of the choices that got them invading every day over my life for the making the sickness that they says that they must do. and for the making the sickness that they fancy. And every day is and every time we're the same. And no one changes in no one. And I'm not expecting changes from them. I'm expecting that I can execute them. So we don't have no problem anymore. Alright, forwarding the state is exactly what the reference suffers so much as is difficult to continue and is irritable and is intolerable. What still every day and every time to happens and to making as if they would be right. And everything will ever have to be right, and everyone will ever have to attach because we will have consequences. And they thirst to threatening more than the threat they exist. And further that the thing is, the chance. And so I'm gonna be making what is early the right. And the right tab is evangelicals are SARIM and BLANC. Victims of art. And the right tab is gays are exactly ancestors of ancestors making abominations for the thought and considered like if they will be exactly on the right. For the supposed. They will make the light to be, and they will be the Christ. And nobody else is right. And nobody else is right. And the whole of the Argentina united and agreed to making this to me and to us are exactly what they themselves has announced and published. Government of the world, over the whole of the nations, and the top of it for the very ancestral square, Bassalam and the whole of the sickness and paralysis of them, that all of history have been doing to me and to us. What they are doing. But they are low profiler until the whole arrives that have stopped in the middle of the way. Me. Suppose megalomaniac delusion of the Air One that wouldn't have no capacities because if they would have the powers to put it off of me and ripping it out. And to put it and toward the references and Stephen on. And they think that it is. And they think that it is. So at the focus of this and at the point of this thing involves me and involves us in a very series of references that responsibility is the first name. And I care is the prior. So what the reference of this is exactly I'm gonna do still what deserves to be done, and this day is gonna be another day for the making what must happen. And so it's gonna happen at the way of the right, at the way of the just. Okay, I apologize to you. I am a little tense. Still are happening things over here when I read it. But I am making challenges. And so and crack it. Alright, between the whole of the choices and between the whole of the realities, I'm going to do it now with this vertical. And while the Diablos cat and Argentina makes a very smile over the union, I'm going to make a smile over the first, which ashes below the whole of the nations that we done and then lives. They slay forever, let them see they ought to wear no Alright, so the reality of this is exactly we have done the job and we will continue. And ever after. Okay, you wanted to give you a little moment. You wanted to deliver right now. Alright, not feeling really clinically fine. I wanted to tell you I am very wounded. I am with a very nourished fault missing. And I am with a very permanent attendant and with problems which are serious and real. But I'm not always going to do what we now. Alright. Let's make it. And then I'm sorry. You wanted that to keep you a little bit for the beat, just a little low until the note. And further as much the normal voice, you wanted to listen for cola. And you said with your majesty son of high, not soprano, opera to me. you need I to tell you what the problem. They don't make it permanent again for a phone. And they are using very weird things to putting me out the hole, and they says that they take the blessing from me. The same with my body. My person pretending me, they says that they transfuse in the name of, they says Jesus, which is an adjective from Sodom of Instantly, to make him but Sodom instant, like a very glorious part and proud, which we know the story, the name is in Hebrew, and it's holy, and doesn't change it, and it's not for translated. And that they will give to any public of Sodom and Gomorrah, degenerados, and themselves, degenerados, to be me, and might acknowledge my virtue, my ministry sent portion what refers on the anointment and what refers on that, and they will rip out the capacities from me. They will never let me be no more because of God will ever put them, but they makes like any witch like any demon. And instigating for this and to tempt and destroy my person over any sick demon and abominable freak from them and masons, that they will declare and demand, I do not exist and I have to resign. I quit to be the person I am for their need. And I will be needing medications because if I say it, because of only they will be to say what they do and who they are. And the reference of this on the right example to go to the street and kill people for the whole that I do, I wouldn't have rights to do because of they will keep already and they will be the authorities to attach and to submit and to accept that they done. And they says, fuck that. And they will go to rob people saying that somebody has to give them the money that I robbed them for the fault that I would rob them because of they didn't allow me to be able to do what I've used of my person to do it. And also the rest all, and they are permanent in this plasma, the generations, evangelicals, themselves victims of art, with case on them justice and called of Argentina because of I misrespect them. And not misrespect them. And they didn't allow me to do no activity in Argentina, but they goes to make an activity whatever, and they kill some severe people and everything so right because of they are. And it's not I. And between the whole of the reality, state makes all the time my space to put me out, to rip me out, put me for death. To put me in rest, that they have spent it on. They are using armaments, they are using certain wrath, they calls for the name of. And the reference of this, whatever they says that they will have, and they will make me to death. For they will invade me with a certain degree of part vice that they are taught. And the reference for this is, they are trying all the time to strip me from exercise for their like a demon. And seek freak like Masons all this time, especially Argentina, on the what they are. And at this moment they've invaded the space I am, but thousands and millions for the taking the place and taking role because if they will make works of the beasts, watching me to the demons, and they are globe-trotting the armies of the beasts. Sorry, my friend, forgive me, for the making stimulation of every part prostitution that every one of those evangelicals in Aguilar, for the making the best of the business only and everything else, for the sending to the stimulated crowd, for the making the child which God will ever send to punish because of women recruited in front of them to tell them that they will accept them Jesus, which is not the Lord, a demon just like them. And the reference over this, that they would just proceed about making the right child over this persecution to throne themselves, or they will be the crown, like any relation between prostitute and future victims, which I'm not mentioning. Right. This is exactly the problem. They invaded my place, and they are trying to put me out and to take the holy God for they to prove that it's them and them bodies, and not me, which does the holy do, and which is the person I am. And the whole of the invention of sick ones over the case, supposedly under threat and poor ones, Diablo de Guarda, delincuente baratos, sorry for this, making some signage from rubrics over justice and the paper for go ahead and make it. We in Alloy cannot be here. There is a government, and he's nothing here, and he got the respect and place because of he cannot put himself about it. He's not the one that governs here, and not the one that says what to do here. We do. sorry for this, but it's exactly what the feeling is, exactly what the scene. Yeah. And things like that. And this, the generados evangelicals, has got inside here to make me a whole of the abominations and put me off and take me and straight me everything off of me. For they to show that they are right. And that everything will be that they says. Like the twice over the whole of the organization, over the two method kidnaps. But then, but El Borda, with government of the city of Buenos Aires and 88 civil code, which is exactly one fourth after another of the invention of them discussing less humanity games, declaring me like a demon. Over reinvented one another, which we have until this one last, shown in front of the whole of the world, of them, and shown in front of the real justice, and every as much to understand what is the character of these degenerados, and the invention of polymanchericals, and all armed forces, and the experts, and the specials, and the army, and the case, and the whole of the degenerados argentinos, declaring that they will ever have rights to a piece of my person, and the whole which it means exactly me. For they to possess and glorify saying that they are right. Because of they will be issued and sentenced by me and by others for the reason of me. Them ruling them law like any disgusting, abominable freak of mass, abominable sickness, which everyone is, and won't change, and I don't need to change any day to die. And this is not the first time we're taking another, and I'm suffering this thing and another, no stopping. But I'm going to make them suffer until the last breath over what they dare to say. And the sick publishment of the whore of the century, putting my face over a very body of a prostitute with a hand in a flag of Israel and the other hand in a flag of America, and open of leaves with a very enormous phallus right below bilaterals themselves, and still today. And you got it. Over the show that will be exactly what they says, and I will be the false prophet, and I will be the beast, and I will be everything is just spiritual and symbolic. Everything real is because of it's about the person, the whole, but the person uniquely. And they will be right, like any cycle of them shit that they are. Understanding what they are and what they do, because of no one is at all insane for psychiatry. And for the conference of the state, of the best screens on the masking by this degenerados case in the whole of the Argentina, that they manipulate and are so eloquently loyal for whatever the sickness or socialites ever is. On the best ever decrees, and probably that's what they go so evidence. And claim the supreme. And that nobody is with Argentina. Sorry for this. Alright. I'm sorry your majesties, I'm sorry for giving the words to these new brothers. So sorry. Alright. You want to give you a little bit before the cheating way, and that I screamed, and I presumed that I would be a lady. But they've murdered now and also with me a precious that I adore in the loveliness of a crack for making business and thinking that they will take all of her and her identity and her work and her efforts and her whatever patrimony she had, and making the whole of the business about embassies and the whole communities and the whole cities of a chain of abominations that they are part of from the table of the world, saying that they have rights to take shares of the whole that they regret. I'm sorry for this. Alright, so sorry for the business. Let's about what the best ever I could honor her, their kindness. And also with a leader that he wanted to say what she said. She said for me. And the reality for trying to respect her because they had every day and remain her respect. I'm so sorry. And you wanted this song, and you wanted this song, you wanted this song. I'm sorry, I am distracted. So sorry. Having lived in you and me, having lived, but we will be in love eternally. Oh. Are happening things to me this month. And I'm worried my ancestors with a very attention, you know. Having lived in you and me, having lived, we will be in love eternally. Well, as far as I can see, you will always be the one for me. Always, you will. And I believe in dreams of can. And I believe that love will never end. And like a river finds the sea, was lost, but now I'm free. I believe in you and me. I will never leave your side. I will never hurt your pride. When all the chips are tumbling, you know I'll always be around, just to be right where you are. My love, you know I love you, darling. I will never leave you alone. I will always set you in so much ways that no one ever sees deep inside. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see that I believe in you and me? You know I'm not fool. Now watch me this way, I love you. Never had higher self for what's not just to be with you forever. I believe in you. I'm loving you so bad. I've been living in miracles, and the peace, the miracle, and yes, baby, you're my dream come true. I was lost, but now I'm free. You know that I do believe in you and me. You know I do. So baby, you know now that I was lost, but now I'm free. Oh, so free. Oh, I really do. I really do believe in you. You know I too believe in you and I'm sorry. My like express anger in these proper words. Sorry, this is until I try to stay on still loyal. I have a right to say I'm sorry. And to express the best of ideas for what it is. A right to say a language common and complete of the names and say they are found with the whole of the best of the words express I'm sorry. Anyway, it's a free speech over they deserve the free. Not me, not you. No one, neither I, naturally. Neither your majesty, obviously. Sorry, forgive me, please. Anyway. What the frick? Anyway, alright. Whatever. Alright. Just a little bit more, a little bit further with the domestic problems, and you don't want that person to start to whatever they deal with, cross the door to St. Act to stop it, whatever they their sense. Alright. You want to listen a little phrase in the whatever hero I just immediately have introduced from the precious author, Mr. SARIM Blanco. I say it. Okay. Alright, it's conflicted. Okay. I will say if I can right now with you. Nothing conflicted and affection, and I am the precious person, I am the best ever. From a high from the wholeness workers that you can raise with attitude that you have. My pleasure if I can feel that. It's so really honored. Loving nervous, yeah, thank you so much. Alright. Okay. Yes, my fallen and never give you my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. Together, only the heartbreak for me, only for me. As I back outside, let us show and see, no one else can reach out. Outside, I live without you. Clever girls that come not out. Let's touch the mud, get forward, cross, let's go now. I'll stay a little bit for you. Forever and ever, give you my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. Together, following the heartbreak for me. My darling, believe me, for me there is no one but you. Please love me too. This is my prayer. No, this is my prayer, baby. You know, this is my prayer. Oh yeah, this is my prayer, baby. Oh yeah, forever and ever. Oh yeah, oh, forever and ever. Together, for only be heartbreak from me and nobody else but me. Oh, my darling, believe me, for me there is no one but you. Please, like me too. This is my prayer, baby. Answer my prayer, baby. You know this is my prayer. Answer my prayer, baby. Oh, I'm in love with you. Answer my prayer, baby. I need you love me too. This is my prayer, baby. Oh yeah, I'm in love with you. This is my prayer, baby. I'm in love with you, yeah. Hallelujah. I'm in love with you. I love you, and I'm sorry. I need to heal this space. I need to heal the base, and I need to do the normal responsible. I will make my own wheel. and my welfare and my real care. I give you my best. I'm sorry. I love you all so much, and I'm sorry for everything. I'm gonna watch what the news just over the sickness this month. So sorry. Right now, I love you so much. And I love you, precious. I'm sorry. I will. You are gonna manage my life. I'm so sorry. I can proceed. I can do it. I promise you I'm so sorry. I promise you treasure. And I'm sorry for everything. I promise you I'm ready. I'm angry for it. And I'm gonna fight. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not. And I promise you. Love you so much. Remember, stuff in my pockets. I'm just